Talk about the EV space because competition sure is heating up here. We spoke with Mahesh Babu, the CEO at Switch Mobility, asked him if the company is looking at unlocking value in order to raise funds for capex. Here he is in an exclusive conversation with Ajay Sharma.
I think, as you rightly said, it's important that any technology has to transform the lives of the people and to add something to the society. Commercial public transport plays a very vital role in particularly cities. If you look at electric buses, I think it brings in a lot of value and sense to the society for the people and also commercially viable. If you look at the schemes like what is happening in FAME 2, a government subsidy for electric, and per kilometer running cost of electric mobility, you will see the total cost of operations of an electric bus today with the FAME subsidy is almost at par with the current diesel prices running cost. Plus, if you look at the electric vehicle right now, the whole purchase is happening by pay by kilometer GCC model. I think it's a win-win-win for both the consumers, the STUs as well as industry. All the STUs have challenges in investing and buying assets. Pay by kilometer model of GCC helps industry like new technology like EV to be maintained well, monitored through our telematics device. We have a Switch Ion connected vehicle platform where we monitor all the critical parameters on a every second basis. It helps us to understand the route, optimize the energy, and also bring in improvements substantially in the product what we are running in the cities.
Mahesh, we are also told by our sources in the investment banking side that a lot of private equity investors are approaching your company to have a pie of that growth, and you are looking at diluting some stake in one of the subsidiaries of which is OHM. Talk to us about the early discussions you may have had and what's the interest level like?
See, Ajay, the EV space is a very important space of future growth. If you look at Switch Mobility, which is an arm of Ashok Leyland, we have already said we are looking at 200 million to 300 million investment from outside. And we have already got an investor who is Dana with a valuation of about $1.8, $1.6 billion. So we are planning to bring in strategic investors and PE investors for us to play an important role because we are looking at expanding at a substantial growth at Switch. If you look at us, we have about 10x order book in our buses when compared to last year. We are looking at growing very substantially in next 5 years. We have already did a groundbreaking in Spain. So we are looking at India, Europe, and UK as the first strategic market, apart from Southeast Asia, Africa, and the Middle East. So I think we have a large opportunity because the parent company Ashok Leyland has about 50 touch points in all these regions already as a dealership, as a partner. And with that, we can actually leverage these markets. And most of the markets are very, very active on looking at supplying electric buses because it makes complete sense. I think there is a lot of commitment by countries toward net zero. India is committed towards 2070 to be net zero. And all these initiatives will lead up to electric mobility in public space, both in commercial as well as passenger segment.
Mahesh, if you could explain what is the requirement of this fund if 200-300 million comes your way, how would this be utilized in scaling up of operations, etc.? What's the roadmap? You've broadly put some of the big milestones ahead.
See, for Switch, the investment will be mainly used for capex to develop new products and increase the capacity in the production facility. So most of these funds will go for capital investments. And for home, you know that it's a model of annuity model where we have to acquire the bus, capitalize it, and run it over a 10-12-year period to get the money back in annuity pay per kilometer model.
Mahesh, has the company decided how much stake would be paid in this unit for 200-300 million roughly? Will it be 10%, 20% or smaller? If you could give some ballpark, how much is the company open in diluting?
See, I can't tell the numbers directly, as you know that it's very confidential, but what I can say is it will be a minority stake lower than the number you talked about. we will continue to hold the majority stake in it.
Sure. Can you at least tell us where is the interest level coming from? Is it domestic private equity or is it overseas private equity companies which have approached you?
See, we are looking at from an investment perspective globally, because we are positioned Switch as a global company. So the investment will come into the entity in the UK and then flow into various entities to India and other countries. So we are looking at a global investment. We have seen sovereign wealth funds, we have seen pension funds, we have seen private equity, we have seen strategic partners. Many of them have shown keen interest. While even the family is committed towards investment in the company. So we are not much worried about, and in fact, we have to look at the right partner to take this to the next step.
Right. Mahesh, if you could tell us how is the capacity right now at the company level? How many buses are you capable of manufacturing EV buses right now on an annual basis? And how do you see this, your capacity scale up once this money comes in over the next 3 to 5 year kind of a picture?
See, right now we have just expanded from 1,000 bus capacity to a 2,500 in this year. By end of the year, we will have a capacity of about 2,500 buses per annum. With a quick 6 to 8 months window, we can actually double it to 5,000. So because of the proximity to Ashok Leyland manufacturing and supply chain facilities, we'll be able to leverage the scale up very fast. We are looking at a capacity of about 10 to 20,000 on buses per annum, and LCVs to the tune of 30 to 40,000 light commercial vehicles per annum. That's the terminal capacity we are looking at 5 to 8 years period.